England's Darren Appleton has experienced many levels of pressure at the International Challenge of Champions. In 2009, he let a title slip away in a sudden death tiebreaker, only to win the crown in sudden death 2 years later. Now we'll see how he handles the pressure of being the defending champion. It won't be easy. His semi-final opponent, Dennis Orcollo of the Philippines, has played for high stakes and won on many occasions. Who will meet Shane Van Boening in the final? It's time to find out. The second semi-final of the International Challenge of Champions from Mohegan Sun is next. Welcome to the spectacular Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut, and semifinal action at the 22nd Annual International Challenge of Champions, the longest-running TV event in billiards. Glad to have you with us in the Wolf Den. Mitch Lawrence and 1993 Champion of Champions Alan Hopkins bringing you the action as always. Inside the Wolf Den, two great champions going after a seat in the final first. Let's look at the Diamond Table's player profile for 33-year-old Dennis Orcollo of the Philippines, back-to-back years with a major title, one of the great contingent of Philippine superstars. And he will have this tough task, meeting the defending champion, 34 years old, Darren Appleton of England, the defender from West Yorkshire in England, multiple major title holder. Two hungry champions, Alan, one spot in the final against Shane Van Boening. Wow, is all I can say.
Yeah, you got that right, Mitch. I'll tell you what, I have no idea who I like in this match. They're so closely matched. Both great players.
All right, Dennis Orcollo at the table. He won the lag, has the opening break, the current U.S. Open 10-ball champion. Here we go, semifinal action in Uncasville.
Hit them kind of easy. Cue ball got away.
3 balls.
There they go. Run into the pocket. The 1, the 5.
And the 4?
And the 4.
A look from the Simonis pocket cam.
Tough opening shot on the 2 ball. Played a safety. The cue ball, middle of the table, and putting the 2 ball down table. Well executed there. You see the cue ball's right there and the 2 balls here. He'll be trying to play a masse, hitting the 2 ball, knocking it away down table if he can. Trying to kick behind it. Let's see him get lucky here and maybe make the 2 ball on the side.
Chooses not to take his timeout right now. Gets down and shoots.
No, he did not want to do that. Not so bad though. Long straight in shot on the 2 ball. He'll roll this in nice and easy. Excellent.
Do it right away. Started moving. As Dennis lines up the 3, we'll give you the rules of the game quickly. This is 9 ball. It's played with the cue ball and object balls numbered 1 to 9. The player must hit the lowest numbered ball on the table first, and the game is over when the 9 ball is pocketed. So now the green 6 next in line. And Alan, this is a really good example. You know, Darren did not hit the safety he needed to hit. And as a result, Dennis making him pay.
I think, you know, you're right. He should have taken maybe a timeout there to decide exactly what he wants to do.
He looked like he was going to, actually, and then all of a sudden he just got down quickly. So.
If he doesn't hit the 2 directly straight on, then he would have been okay, but he did, and that's a bad break for him. And I've seen both of these fellas playing. We're in for a great match right here, I'll tell you.
A very confident look on the face of Dennis Orcollo. They call him RoboCop from Surigao City in the Philippines. He's come a long way. The first rack of the first set here in semifinal action in Uncasville to Dennis Orcollo. A look now at our Diamond Tables tournament format. We will play 2 sets, each one a race to 5. There will be a one-game sudden death tiebreaker if we need it. The players will alternate the break. There's a 30-second shot clock with one timeout per rack, and it will be cue ball in hand on all fouls. Inside one of the most visible venues in all of championship billiards, the Wolf Den at Mohegan Sun. International Challenge of Champions. Here's the defender, Darren Appleton of England, down 1-0 in this first set to Dennis Orcollo. He will have the break in rack 2. Here we go. 5 in the corner.
Excellent break there. Balls are open nicely. See, he hits the one ball a little off center, and here comes the ball directly in the corner, but it gets kicked out, and the 5 takes its place.
Great looks.
Nice opening shot. Sorry, Mitch. Go ahead.
I was going to say, just great looks from the Simonis pocket cam throughout this match. Feel like you're right in the thick of the action. 2 down at that end of the table, Alan, right there, the blue 2.
Yes, his position's going to be important here. He's got the 2 ball right here. Here's the 3 ball. So he wants to come around over on the same side of the table. He's going to come probably 2 rails over, as so.
Wow.
Yeah, excellent. And he'll have a little bit of a touchy shot on the 3, but it should be okay. He'll roll it in. Center ball.
Nice.
Yep, excellent. Speed is very important. Nice shot. Now he has a little problem with the 6 to the 7. He's got to get right on the 6 ball so he can get easy position for the 7, and that's not going to be so easy. Probably going to bring the cue ball over to the rail, back out. Look out, and that's what happens. Got himself snookered. It's right behind this ball. So he's going to be forced to kick at the 6 ball. He may kick 1 rail. There's a couple different options here.
Extension.
He could kick from here to here and then try to come into the 6 ball there. Or he could go the other way, this way, and go here and try to make the 6. Different options.
But that's the kind of unforced error of position play that you really have to watch out for here at the Challenge of Champions. You know, one shot either way against this caliber of player.
This could cost him 2 games.
Right.
It could cost him this game and the next one. Oh, he makes
and look,
it.
you can do that.
Yeah, but he still
has his hands full right here.
Well, it's a lot better than Dennis being at the table.
Show you a little
I'll tell you
something
that.
though there. Wow.
Now here's a nice shot. He can spin this in. He's got to watch out for the cue ball. And what he's looking at right now is taking the cue ball and hitting right in here with the cue ball and trying to make the 7 ball in the corner. Going to put right hand spin on the cue ball. Try to spin in. He has to watch out for the cue ball scratching up table. Oh, he missed it totally.
Unbelievable.
That's an error right there. He could have hit that.
All right, so that is a foul. And that will give cue ball in hand to Dennis Orcollo. That is a big, big error in rack number 2 of this first set. Because against Dennis, 3 balls on the table and ball in hand, you might as well chalk this one up. Darren knows it. He's been here before. Try to let it go, but a key error here in rack number 2. Watch out.
He did not want to do that, but he's okay. I mean, he's not really going to get in any trouble.
You could chalk it up, but
no, I'm sure you still can. I wouldn't worry about it.
9 corner.
saw some good action on the cue ball that time. And now the 9 back-to-back racks in this opening set for Dennis Orcollo, and he takes advantage of a Darren Appleton mistake. You see Darren's face there. That will tell you the story. Look now at a very coveted prize, the trophy that will go home with this year's Champion of Champions. Hi, everybody. Here inside the Wolf Den, Mitch Lawrence, and 1993 Champion of Champions, Alan Hopkins. Alan, 2 of the best players in the world. There's no other way to put it. A great semifinal matchup. Shane Van Boening waiting in the final. This is what the Challenge of Champions is all about.
Well, you're definitely right, Mitch. And what I've seen so far is just a couple of errors there on Darren's part, you know, because he got out of position and then he had to make a kick shot. He comes with a great shot there, but then he makes another error after that. And now he's down 2-0 because of that.
All right, well, he's the defender. Let's take a look at what you're talking about. Second rack, we'll show you what happened. Uncharacteristic Darren Appleton play here.
Makes a nice break, an excellent break. Has a nice opening shot of the one. And he starts out, and here he gets behind the ball, kicks the 6 in. Very nicely done there, and actually the cue ball comes over, gives him a shot, and then he makes an error there without hitting the 7 ball. And of course, that sets up the run out, and that makes it 2-0.
All right, Dennis takes advantage in rack number 2, but trust me, Darren knows what's going on. He's the defending champion. He won it in sudden death last year. It's going to be an interesting semifinal match. Getting ready for rack number 5 here in Uncasville. Dennis Orcollo will be at the table with the break, leading 3-1 over the defending champion of champions, Darren Appleton, who will stay seated and very serious at the moment because he's in serious problem here in the first set. Dennis up 3-1, race to 5. Remember, we played 2 sets, each one of them a race to 5. If we split those sets, we'll have a sudden death tie-breaking rack. We had it in the first semifinal. Shane Van Boning moved on. Here's Dennis's break in rack number 5.
And he's going to play a soft break, not hit him hard. Try to make the 1 ball. There it is. He makes the 1 ball on the side. Actually, he makes 2 balls. He makes the 8 ball also. But Darren's a little lucky here. The replay on the ball, the 1 ball on the side. Here it is. There goes the 1. There goes the 8. Gets kicked in. The cue ball gets kicked down table also, which is a big break for Darren because Dennis does not have an open shot on the 2 ball. And the options here with the, you notice here's the 2 ball and here's the cue ball. The option here is either push out or play a kick. And try to kick behind the ball and hit it up table, or push out for a safety. And I don't think Darren's going to give this one up. I think he may take this. Depends how much he can hit of the 2 ball. If he can bank this cross corner into that 5 ball, he will. And bring the cue ball over by the 3.
And remember, that's the only time a player can do that. The first shot after the break is not, regular rules don't apply of hitting another object ball or the lowest numbered ball on the table.
Here he's going to put the cue ball over by the 9 and 3 and 7, and look out. Okay, oh, he almost made that. Oh boy, well, here comes the jump shot. Yes, you're exactly right, Mitch. Only after the break can you push out. And here's a jump shot. Here's the 2 ball, and there's the cue ball. He'll be jumping over the ball, over the 9 ball, hitting the 2 ball, maybe making the 5 ball. He's going to look at that now. What he'll do, if he tries to make the 5, he's going to try to hit the 2 ball on the right-hand side with the cue ball. I don't believe he'll try to cut the 2 into there. He's going to bank the 2 ball, cross corner, and try to make the 5 at the same time, hoping he doesn't scratch.
Extension.
I'm taking a timeout. I think that's a good. I think it's a good time to take a timeout on this
shot.
Time. I mean, this is a difficult shot. There, he banks the 5. Here comes the 2 ball. Does he get a kiss?
Get lucky?
He may get lucky. He may get unlucky.
Nope. Look at that.
And unlucky.
Tell you what, great shot.
Excellent shot. Well, now we'll see a 2 rail shot. He's going to play the 2 ball. Tried to hit the 2 ball, going 2 rails with the cue ball. And
another look at it, Alan.
Excellent shot here. Jumps over, hits the 5 in with the cue ball, and here comes the 2 ball. Looks like it might hit the cue ball, but it doesn't. And then the cue ball goes right behind the 6 ball, leaving a 2 rail kick shot. 1, 2, and oh, he just misses it. Oh. And there's an error because that was not a tough ball to hit.
He shot that. I know he didn't have a timeout left. He used it, but he seemed to shoot that really quickly.
Well, it wasn't a tough kick, Mitch. He should have hit that ball. He should have hit it. Well, this gives Darren an opportunity now to get into this match and get a little loosened up better. You know, it seems a little tight, making some errors, and great opportunity now.
And again, big because in the alternating break format, you get a rack. And if you have the break in the rack following that, all of a sudden it's a whole different set.
Exactly right. 2-game swing. And draw this cue ball back to play the 7 ball. Or follow it a little bit. Draw it back, okay. Perfect.
Remember the 8 gone on the break. Calls that 9. Perfectly played. Great look at it from the Simonis pocket cam. Darren Appleton, the defending champion at the Challenge of Champions with his 2nd rack on the board. Still trails Dennis Orcollo by 1 here in Uncasville. Time now for our tip of the day featuring Aramith, the original Belgian billiard balls. Let's go now to former champion of champions, Alan Hopkins.
A nice tip in 9 ball is knowing what to do with the cue ball. Low right-hand English is required on this particular shot. I'm going to pocket the 5 ball, but notice the 6 ball is down table. The only way I can get the cue ball at the other end of the table is with low right-hand spin on the cue ball. So I'm going to pocket the 5 and try to get straight in on the 6 in the corner. And that's absolutely perfect.
The Wolf Den at Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut for the 22nd time. Site of the International Challenge of Champions. The defending champion, Darren Appleton of Pontefract in West Yorkshire in England. At the table with the break in rack 6. Down by a rack at 3-2, race to 5. First set. Here's Darren's break.
And this is interesting. He switched sides. First time we've seen the break from this side. Ooh, he almost scratched. He got away with it. Does he have a shot on the 2 ball? And yes, he does. That's an excellent break. 2 balls on the break. Hits the 1 ball pretty solid here. Brings the cue ball almost scratched to the side. Makes the 1 and the 5 on the break. Cue ball is coming back toward the 2 ball. And now an opportunity. What he's looking at right now is this. He's concerned about that. Because the 4 is kind of close to that 9. So the position on the 3 is going to be very important. Oh, he hit that a little too easy. He wanted to draw it back more than that. He was trying to break them open and bring the cue ball up table for the 3. And just hit a little off, but he has a shot here. He has a bank shot, safety. He can kick it, he can cut it in if he'd like to. A lot of different choices here. He's looking at a bank shot right now. That's what he's eyeing it up.
Key shot for Darren right here. Down 3-2, first set. Nope.
But notice
Gets away with it. Yep.
It's a 2-way shot. Notice the 6 ball's right in the way. And now you'll see a 2-rail kick at this 3 ball. Kicking behind it and putting the cue ball right behind the 4. Chance of maybe making this 3 ball in the side pocket. And he's going to kick right in here and here and then try to kick the 3 out. If he can get deep enough, and I think he can. It looks like he can. Keep an eye on the cue ball here. You're not going to see the cue ball do too much, I don't think. There, see how it just stops? That's an excellent shot right there. That's an excellent shot. People don't realize how difficult that is to do. I mean, notice he's coming off the rail into the 3 with draw, and it just stops.
Great look at the action on that cue ball. Now Darren to the table. So very, very important rack here in the 6th rack.
And Darren's going to do a jump shot. I wouldn't be surprised he makes the 7 ball in this shot, playing the 7 in the corner. He's got to watch out where the cue ball goes. Oh, that was a great try, great effort.
Great try.
Yep.
And quickly again to the table is Dennis. And Darren's reaction walking away, very upset that he missed that 7.
Here it is. He jumps over the 4, hits the 7, almost into the corner pocket. Hits the 3 first, of course. And now it sets up a bank shot or a safety. Safety isn't bad either. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Boy, I tell you, he's not taking any chances. Look, notice the cue ball right on the rail. I'll tell you something, Mitch. After a while, this wears down on you, too. You start thinking to yourself, am I ever going to get an open shot? This fella, you know. Well,
it's
here
true,
is,
though. It's a great strategy against Darren at this point, too, because the frustration will build up a little bit with each shot.
Don't be too surprised if he leaves him safe here or makes this 3. He's going to be kicking 2 rails at this ball. Or maybe 1 rail. Depends on what rail he can catch. Now, we're going to see he has the opportunity of going 1, and then over here, then up into the 3. That's one of his opportunities, one of his choices. Then he can come the other way. He can go from this side over to here, down to here. See what he chooses.
Took his time out, so we'll keep that in the back of our minds. 2 rails, makes contact.
Look at this. He might leave him. No, he gets a bad break there. Oh, that was a great effort to try to do that. So Dennis's safety pays off.
But I'm telling you, I love he's shooting before Darren even gets back to his seat. There's no wasting of time here.
He doesn't waste any time for sure.
So taking advantage of some great safety play. And you can see body language says everything in this set. Saw the way Darren was sitting in that seat. And how big a rack is this? Dennis Orcollo at the table. Should he get this rack, he'll be on the hill in this set. Remember, it's a race to 5. He would be up 4-2, and he would have the break in rack number 7. Pretty good place to be if you're Dennis Orcollo.
I wouldn't mind it at all, Mitch, to tell you the truth. Being at the table and breaking next, no matter what.
Ball's at 9 in the corner. Stretches out. No problem. Beautiful work for RoboCop, Dennis Orcollo of the Philippines on the hill in this first set, 4-2 over Darren Appleton. Let's look at our Aramith road to the final. Shane Van Boening of the United States has moved on with a thrilling sudden death victory over Long Lin Jung of Taiwan. He'll meet the winner of this classic semifinal matchup between the defending champion Darren Appleton and Dennis Orcollo. And you see the position of Darren Appleton. He will stay seated and to the table. Quickly again, Dennis Orcollo with a 4-2 lead on the hill, 1 rack away from taking this first set. 2 sets race to 5, semifinal action at the 22nd International Challenge of Champions, Mitch Lawrence. And 93 champion of champions, Alan Hopkins, bringing you the action here in Uncasville. The break in rack number 7, Dennis Orcollo. Here we go.
Ooh, the 9-ball got moved around there. Did you see that? 9-ball does not count on the break, though, but he did make the 1 ball on the break. And the balls that open nicely. And here's the 2-ball, which is perfect for the 3 next. So he'll roll this in nice and easy.
You know, Dennis Orcollo, one of the great stories, I think, growing up in the Philippines, Alan, 7 years living as a fisherman from the age of 9 to 16. He would make enough money to play pool, fishing, and then when his money ran out playing pool, he would go back to fishing. And then when he got enough money, he would start playing pool again. And that's how he learned the game in a 19...
Sounds pretty fishy to me, Mitch.
I set you up for that one. At 17, he went to playing pool full time.
Wow. It's a good thing. He's a great player. Probably one of the greatest.
Fun to talk to him about that time in his life.
I mean, he just moves around the table so swiftly. I mean, doesn't waste any time.
Well, how about this? When he started really playing, he started playing against Efren Reyes a lot, the great Hall of Famer, and lost all the time, obviously. But then when he started getting to a certain point, he beat Efren, he beat Francisco Bustamante, another Hall of Famer. And he said he got great confidence, and here it is. In evidence, full bore, Dennis Orcollo, the talented Filipino, with the first set, back-to-back racks, and a 5-2 first set victory over Darren Appleton here in Uncasville. Second set will prove tremendously important for the Englishman. Uncasville, Connecticut, the Wolf Den here at Mohegan Sun, site of the 22nd International Challenge of Champions. Darren Appleton with a concerned look on his face as he strides to the table. Rack 3 of the second set, and with good reason. The defending champion down 1 set and down 2-0 in the second set, race to 5. He has to make something happen here. Mitch Lawrence and Alan Hopkins calling the action. Here we go. Darren with the break in rack 3.
I think you're going to see something happen here. I think he's going to make a ball and run out this time. I'm going to make a prediction. Give him a shot, please. And look at that. Excellent. Makes 2 balls on the break. Well, check this out. He hits it nice and solid. The 1 on the side, the 6 in the corner. The balls are open nicely. Here comes the 2 ball up by the cue ball, which is perfect. And that gives him an opportunity for a run out. And he needs one. And he has a little more of an angle than he wants on this, too, of course. That always happens when you're down and you're stuck. Everything's always tough. He'll take his time out.
Takes his time out, exactly right.
I think he's got to become offensive here. You know, I think he's got to try to make something happen, you know. He may try to cut this in the corner and go down table with the cue ball, low right-hand English.
A lot going on at the other end of the table.
Well, he would hide. He would keep it on this side with the English. He may even go into the 2 ball with the cue ball. No, he's going to draw it. Like I said, he's going to draw the ball. He's not going to hit it real hard, I don't think. Oh, he played to go on over there with the cue ball. Slow down. Oh, there he goes. Perfect speed. Little too hard, but I thought he was going to use the other side English and keep it on this side. You don't kill it.
I think he's going to be, well.
But he's okay because.
Taking a look at the 4, he's okay with that angle.
Is, yeah, because that's why he wanted that angle. That's why he did what he did.
All right, key shots, every one of these for Darren Appleton.
He's a great shot maker, both of these fellas. I don't think he's going to rattle. I think it's just the idea of getting a couple breaks and getting started.
We certainly saw that in the first semifinal.
This is by far over. I mean, he's going to get out this rack, and he could get a break the next rack. Who knows what will happen?
All right. I can't believe you actually called this. Usually you wait till the end of the rack.
Did you doubt me on that? Well, I wanted to see something happen.
You just had a feeling. You did.
We need something to happen for him, and there it is.
This is cool. Dennis Orcollo with a break and run in the second rack of this set. And the defending champion, Darren Appleton, answers right back. And what a time for it. On the board in the second set, still trails by 1 to Dennis Orcollo. And he has the break in rack number 6. Here we go.
There it is, the 1 ball on the side. 2 ball goes right by a pocket. Look at this. Nice break. Excellent. And here it is, the 2 ball right there with the cue ball and the 3 ball there. The only problem he may have is the 4, but shouldn't be a problem. He'll play for the 4 in the side pocket. Now he's looking for position on the 3. He may play to come over with a bigger angle on the 3 ball because he wants to make sure he can get down table for the 4 ball. A little bit of left-hand English here, come around 2 rails. Perfect.
Those of you at home watching, these great players thinking 3, 4, 5 balls ahead. Sometimes more than that, depending on how the rack lays out. Dennis giving you a good example of the thought that goes into a particular pattern.
The whole secret is what to do with the cue ball. It's the whole secret to playing 9 ball. Where do I put it? And that's what he's looking at right now. He wants an angle on the 4 ball. Does not want to be straight in on it. He'll hit the 3 very easy.
Extension.
Bringing the cue ball to the bottom rail. Slow down. Inside English. Go kill the cue ball. Perfect. He knows this is a big rack, Mitch. He has to get out this rack.
Well, he needs to keep the pressure on Darren too, and the more that builds up, you know, the better chance he has of Darren maybe making a mistake. And you know, you don't want to go to a sudden death rack. Both of these players, then it comes down to a lag, and whoever gets that, he wants to finish this if he can. Obviously, the only way he can keep it going longer is to tie it up, and he's looking pretty good right now. And now
he's looking
at
solid.
the 6. Yep.
Very solid.
Simonis pocket cam. Current U.S. Open 10-ball champion, won that title in Vegas against his countryman and friend, great Hall of Famer Francisco Bustamante. Huge victory for Dennis.
He's thinking about that 25,000 right now. I can tell you that. That winner take all. Just bring it up. 9 ball in the same pocket. Excellent shot.
Beautiful cue ball control there. And we're seeing it from both players. A break and run for Dennis Orcollo in rack number 6. Each of them showing you how much it means to get to the final of the Challenge of Champions. We are tied at 3 apiece in the second set. Tied at 3 in the second set. He needs this set to go to sudden death. Dennis Orcollo won the first one 5-2. Here we go, rack number 7.
Watch out for the cue ball. It makes the 1 ball on the side, and here comes the 4 ball blocking the pocket, maybe? I think so. And he's not happy. And here we are. Here's the 2 ball. There's the cue ball, and what he's unhappy about is this ball right here, blocking that corner pocket. It's a pretty big ball. And he'll get position. He'll have position on the 2 ball too if he makes it.
Well, he needs to get going because he'll. Okay, there he goes.
I don't know if he's playing or playing safe. Looks like he might be playing it. There you go. Perfect. I mean, that just if he makes it.
Wow, yep.
Yeah, that's just if you make it, you're out. You know, and that's a great choice to take right there, making that combination, and that sets up a nice run out for him and an opportunity to take the lead in the set.
Get to the hill, 1 rack away if he should be able to do that from tying it up and going to a sudden death tiebreaker.
I can tell you, Mitch, both of these fellas are playing super.
They sure are.
They're both right on top of their game.
And as we so often see in this format, the 2-set format, it's a couple shots here or there, one way or the other. And even though he lost the first set 5-2, you know, Dennis is playing great. He wasn't that far off, but now he has a chance to get back and take this set. We'll see. Dennis has something to say about it, of course. But
yes, he does.
Not in this rack.
Not in this rack, no. Well, here's the trick. He's going to follow this ball for the 8 inside. 2 rails. And this is absolutely perfect speed. It's just like lagging maybe a 20-foot putt. You know?
And I'm just watching, marveling at both of these guys breaking and running. You know, at this particular point in this match, terrific work by the defender, Darren Appleton, now 1 rack away on the hill in the second set from all of us going to a sudden death tie-breaking rack here at as Frank Del Pizzo gets ready for rack number 8. 2 great champions going after a spot in the final. Dennis Orcollo of the Philippines at the table. He will have the break in rack 8 and try to tie up the second set with the champion, the defending champion, Darren Appleton, who leads 4-3. Remember, it's a race to 5. Should Dennis win this set, he will move to the final against Shane Van Boening. If Darren wins, we'll have a sudden death tiebreaker.
I'll tell you what, Mitch, I think we're going to go into that tiebreaker. Oh, look out for this cue ball now. This 5 ball might come up in front of it. Nope. Here's the 7. Ooh. Well, we're going to see Darren get to the table. Here's the 2 ball and the 9 ball. And there's the 4 and there's the cue ball. He made the 1 and the 3 on the break. Probably going to see some kind of safety here. I don't think he's going to be offensive. Maybe he will. Nope, there's a safety. Look out for the point. Ooh. Point of the side pocket. Stopped the 2 from going down table and making it a much better save. But since it stopped right here, he's got the cue ball here and a nice kick shot to go to the side rail. He's looking at it right now.
All right, he's got to be careful now. You'll see him looking at that green 6 ball. Does not want to touch that. That would be a foul.
He's playing the 2 in the corner. Oh, nice try.
But it hit the 8.
What did the 2 ball did?
The 2 ball did. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the cue ball. I was going to say, no, that was a good shot.
When he hit it, it looked like he had it, and then it just barely touched the 8, threw it off course.
He did get lucky, though, because the 2 ball is straight in, and there's not much he can do. As you see right here, he jumps over the 7, hits the 2 down table, but he misses it, comes back up and hits the 8 ball. Stops right there.
And you saw Darren's reaction. He really thought he hit a good enough shot to make that 2, but not to be.
Well, okay, try to cut this ball in unless if he can. It looks like he can. Yep. He has to be worried about here is scratching down table. Or the side. Oh, we got away with that. Oh, we got away with this. Oh. Well, I'll tell you, when they're rolling good, I'll tell you.
I wish you could see Darren. Darren's face, he's shaking his head now. He's going, are you kidding?
Well, yeah, that's a bit.
And Dennis knows it.
That's huge right there. He got very lucky there. Not only did he get lucky, he left him a kick shot on the 4, which he's going to have to try to make. And what he's going to do is go to the rail here and try to hit the 4 in. He has no choice. And come back down table with the cue ball. And I got a feeling he might do this. You know that? I got a good feeling he might make this. And come around for the 5, 2 rails. How about that shot, Mitch? How about it? There it is. Great shot.
Deep breath by Darren.
Oh, that was a super shot right there.
Fantastic work.
I mean, he played exactly what happened. The speed of the cue ball, which is impressive. It's perfect for an angle on the 5. And now this is a little tricky too, getting on this 6 ball because the 7 and 9 are in the play. So see what he does. Hope you don't get a bad roll here. And get away from that. Okay. Oh boy.
Slides it by. You saw him backing up.
Yeah. His work's still not done. Boy, is this a tough rack. And the 6 is right here and the 7's here. But position is not that easy because he's almost straight in on the 6. So he's going to have to either follow this and easily too. He can't hit it too hard. Get up there. He might have hit this too easy. Did he? I think he's okay. He's okay. That was a nice touch shot right there. That was a very good touch. This is the shot right here, Mitch. Cutting the 7 in, coming 2 rails for the 8. 1, 2, and slow down, cue ball. Perfect.
Gonna be okay.
Perfect. Boy, what a nice rack.
Yeah, and you know what? This shows a lot about Darren and who he is. He's got that mentality. I mean, all these great players do, don't get me wrong. But Darren really has the mentality of grind it out and just do what you have to do. And look at this.
Sudden death.
All of a sudden, just like that, after an incredibly tough 8th rack, the defending champion has tied up this match, each with a set. We are now 1 sudden death tie-breaking rack away from finding out who moves to the final. Here we go inside the Wolf Den at Mohegan Sun. The lag for the tiebreaker rack. On the left, the defending champion, Darren Appleton. On the right, Dennis Orcollo. One of these two will have the break in this rack. 1 rack to decide who moves into the final against Shane Van Boening, and it will be Darren Appleton. All right, let's take a look at our tiebreaker format. The break determined by the lag, that went to Darren Appleton. They will play 1 rack to see who moves to the final. They each get 2 timeouts, and the winner will advance and have a chance at $25,000, winner take all. This man knows what it feels like on both ends. He won the title last year in a sudden death final rack against Huji C of Holland, and now has a chance with the break here in sudden death.
Got to protect the cue ball. Just don't scratch. Okay. Protects the cue ball.
Unbelievable.
Not make a ball. And wow, balls are open nicely, but it's not an easy layout with the 1 ball and the cue ball where they're at right now. And he'll probably just play. That's a tough break right there. I mean, he broke him nicely. Here's the 1 ball, and there's the 2 ball. And here's the cue ball. So what he's going to do is come over 1 rail where he's at right now and just take an extra tough shot. You can see he's going to play. Yeah, okay, he's going to shoot. I won't do it. He's going to shoot it right now. So a little bit of left-hand spin on the cue ball. Decide to shoot it harder. Come over, and that was excellent.
You know what's tough for Darren right there, coming up dry on that break. He had 3 break and runs in that second set. was breaking beautifully, and all of a sudden he comes up dry.
I mean, I think he let up a little bit on it to protect the cue ball.
Yep.
And you do that sometimes. It's a normal instinct to do that, natural instinct to do that. But, wow. He's still not out yet, Mitch. I mean, it's not like over.
No, of course.
But I'll tell you, if he gets on, well, let's see. Anything can happen. The pressure in this tournament with the $25,000 winner take all, anything can happen. I've seen it all. I'm sure you have.
Absolutely. And it seems like every year we have sudden death matches. We were talking about it earlier, you and I. You know, you've got great champions, evenly matched, alternating break, 2 sets. It really does. This format is so amazing to get it to this point. You see, that look pretty much tells it all right there.
Well, I'll tell you where his problem could come up, and he knows that. If you can see over here where this 5 ball is, and getting to the 6 after that, that could be a problem. Depends how he gets on the 5, and that's what he's looking at now for position on the 4 ball, which is right by the side. So he'll roll the 3 in, and he'll leave a bit of an angle on the 4 ball, as so. Now I believe he's going to bring the cue ball 3 rails around the table for the 5 and try to get almost straight in. Cue ball should come up by the side pocket somewhere. Watch out. Watch out for the side pocket there. This might not be... Well, he got a little funny on this. Should be okay, though. A little bit funny. He'll be drawing the ball over by the 8 ball on this shot. And there it is. Look out. Okay. Well, that's not really.
He's all right, but he's got a lot of.
This is a tough cut. It's a tough cut shot now. He got a bad break there to hit the 8 straight on. So now he's going to play a thin. And now the only thing about this here, Mitch, he has to let the cue ball go, and that could come and play with the 9 ball. See where the 9 ball is down? He could hit the 9 afterwards too.
Boy, this is tough.
He has a safety. Also.
I was going to say, I think the safety almost is the play here. It's too much of a chance.
I don't know. I know Darren wants him to play safety.
Well, I know. But I'm just saying, I mean, it's obviously a matter of how he feels over the shot.
He's going to shoot this. I think he's got to shoot this.
How about it?
Look out for the cue ball.
How about that?
Look at that. Wow.
We talked about the danger of that shot, and right there, and Dennis knows it, he's taking a seat because ball in hand, 3 balls on the table. Wow.
That is a big break for Darren, I'll tell you that. I don't know what he's looking at here because this is what you want. Perfect. The 8 ball's hanging by the corner. Really can't get in any trouble at all here.
A stunned Dennis Orcollo sits down, and inside a jubilant Darren Appleton takes the cue ball with now 2 balls left on the table for a chance to defend his title. A stunning turnaround.
Well, he put the cue ball in a little bit of a funny spot here, stretching like this. Have to draw the ball straight back. And
no problem.
Slow down. Slow down.
He's okay. Calling it in the corner.
He's going to make it exciting anyway. Very exciting.
Well, it has been that. Darren knows he got that one. A big-time error by Dennis Orcollo of the Philippines. He will go home. Darren Appleton, the defending champion of the Challenge of Champions, will move on. And now it is time for our OBQ Super Shot and turning point of the match. Our Super Shot, rack 8 of the second set. Darren Appleton at the table. The 4 ball near the corner had to come with something special, Alan.
Yes, he does, and he comes with a rail first shot with a lot of English on the cue ball and a good speed to come around the table. And here it is again, right-hand English on the cue ball, hitting the rail first, coming down, hitting the 4 at the perfect angle, going 2 rails, perfect speed.
Our turning point of this match, obviously, in the sudden death rack, Dennis Orcollo at the table.
And scratches on the 6 ball, lets the cue ball get away.
Ball in hand for Darren Appleton, who takes advantage, and just like that, the sudden death rack is over, and Darren Appleton will move on. A look at our updated Aramis road to the final looks like this. We're down to 2. the defending champion, Darren Appleton of England, and Shane Van Boning of the United States. One of these two great players will be your champion of champions and $25,000 richer.